Hi. I ended up doing my Enneagram test on stream sometime last week, and I figured it was a really good just video to share. So this is the whole thing. Whatever you're watching, it's me going through it, reacting, answering. There's quite a few truthful moments. It starts with the wrong quiz, but don't worry, we end up on the right quiz. So if you want to know a little bit more about me and what my mind and heart are like, feel free to watch. And if you do the Enneagram test yourself, either at the same time or shortly after the video, feel free to leave a comment saying what yours are, if you're surprised, if it changed, because a lot of ours changed. So I'm curious to see what your experience with it has been. But thanks for watching. Sub if you're not already subscribed, and leave a like if you make it to the end of the video. Okay, first make it to some point in the video, and then you can choose if you want to leave a like. Okay, you don't have to do that right now. Asterisk number 2. This I did on stream. I stream on Twitch Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m. PST. So if ever you wanted to catch a stream, we don't always do personality quizzes. There's a good variety of things happening there, but it's at twitch.tv/SebastianArteller. Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, I'm done now. Enjoy. Enneagram test. Let's do it. Let's do a little Enneagram test. Which one do we usually do? I forget. We always skip the ad things. Did we do the Truity one last time or Enneagram? Truity's the one, I think. Okay, we'll do Truity again. We're doing a quiz. You know what's really good with quizzes? Classical. That is not on there, but that is good. Lily's thank you for the 143 bits. Oh, I wanted to start with Carnival too. Okay. This song is so good. This is one of my favorites. Okay, this is the Enneagram test. I'm doing it on Truity. Link the quiz in chat. You know what? I have never thought to do that before. How have I never done that before? Why is it just now? Doing it with you too, seeing if mine's changed. Yeah, I might just get the same shit as before. So the basic of the Enneagram test is you do it without thinking. You read and the first thing that comes naturally to mind, you answer it. So I'm going to start doing it. I strive for perfection. Definitely accurate. I work hard to be helpful to others. Accurate. It is important for me that other people like me. Little between neutral and accurate. It's important for me to achieve great things. Accurate. I make more significant contributions than the average person. I don't know about that. I'll go mid between neutral and accurate. I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. Oh. Yeah. Oh, wait. I skipped a question. I feel my emotions very deeply. Yes. I think deeply about things. Accurate. I'm prepared for any disaster. Somewhat, yeah. It is important to me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. Somewhat, because I don't. Also, I do and I don't, you know? I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy. Do I seek them out? Not always, sadly. I see the positive in every situation. I try, yeah. I'm not afraid to tell someone when I think they're wrong. Only when it's rare that I feel the need for it. I let other people make the decisions. Yeah, a lot. It's so much easier to not be the decision maker. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. Yes. I'm concerned about security more than anything else. Security? Fuck no. Oh, I guess like life security, sure. So we're a little under neutral. I think a lot about what will happen in the future. Yeah, somewhat accurate. I don't fit in with ordinary people. Accurate, yeah. There is rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. Neutral. I always finish my chores. Neutral. No, when I get them started, I do. But it's the getting started that's making me hesitate. But that's not what this question is. I'm always trying to be a better person. Yes. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. Neutral. I like to be around people who I can help. Yeah, somewhat accurate. Because it's being around people. That's like the... I like to feel that I am... Wait, actually, I'm going to go neutral because I don't really... yes, I like being able to... See, I'm not overthinking this, but I like to be around people who I can help is literally the other way around for me. If I like to be around... If the people who I'm around, I like to help them. But do I like to be around people just for help? No. You know, like if I feel like someone just needs my help, I don't like being around, but I love to help the people I'm already around, if that makes any sense. So that's why I'm going neutral for this. I like to feel that I'm an important person in my social groups. Actually not. It's important to me to be successful. Yeah, somewhat accurate for sure. Very accurate. The organizations I belong to would not function well without me. Nah, fuck that. That would be fine. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. Yeah. I've always felt different from other people. Yes. I like to analyze things from every angle. Yeah. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Neutral. I avoid somewhat neutral, like somewhat accurate. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. Like, yes, I avoid them, but they still find me. We'll do somewhat accurate. I seek excitement. Somewhat accurate. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I play the devil's advocate by just bringing up positive shit. If that's one thing I do, that's one thing I do. I do not hesitate to call people out when they're behaving badly. Depends on the person. It's somewhat accurate for if it's someone I know well. I go along with what other people want. Yes. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. Neutral. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. I guess. Somewhat accurate. Average people often find me a bit weird. Oh wait, I'm skipping a question. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. Somewhat accurate. Average people often find me a bit weird. Weird? They find me they think I'm a dick. Most people, I come off like a dick a lot. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. You will go neutral here. I like to do things as I've always done them. Paywall? Did you get paywalled? What do you mean? There's a paywall at the end of this quiz, so Truity is not the one? All right, I'm stopping right here. Fuck. Nice warning though. Thanks, Lilies. You were faster than all of us. God damn it, that's not the right test. What was the one we used? Ow, that's my toe you just bit, you little shit. She's an effective biter. What is it? Cute happy? No, cute aggression. She does that. Like she'll lick you and then she'll bite. And she just bit my toe. You found it! Okay, Lucy, you can drop the link. We're all gonna use your link. God damn it, we were off to a good start with that quiz too, but the quiz was paywall. Did you drop it in general? Yeah, you did. Are you sure it's this one? Because I clicked on that, but it doesn't look familiar. I guess I'll put myself on the right because it's all on the left. You sure it's this? Where did you find it? It was in Discord links. Okay. I just hate being on the right. Or here, I'll just do that and stay on the left. Because the right's mirrored. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I just like being on the left. Okay, fuck it. Let's do this one. Honestly, grade each statement yes. For yes, this is really me. Partly for this is partly how I am. And no, this is probably not how I am. If you don't know whether it applies, usually best to check no. Okay, I plan the next adventure before the current one is finished. Yes. Partly. I tend to trust most people. Yes. I'm more sensitive than most people. Sometimes the world just seems too harsh. Yes. Yes. I want to win the approval of those in authority, sometimes even when I don't really like them. No, that's literally one of the things. I hate bosses. I often refrain from acting as I'm afraid of being overwhelmed. Wait, are we talking about literal acting? Because no. I'm too strict with myself and others. Yeah, I am. Success, prestige, and recognition really matter to me. No. I don't get depressed easily. No, I get depressed very easily, as we know. I almost made a video about that. I love to take care of people, and I'm good at it. Yes, I'm skeptical, suspicious, and doubtful. Partly. In most close relationships, I give more than I take. No, I wish. I should, but I think I'm pretty bad at that. Could probably use a little more ambition. Partly. Always aware of what needs to be corrected. Yes. I'm pretty domineering. Partly. It's hard for me to put my feelings aside even to get a job done. Partly. I'm uncomfortable when people want an emotional response from me. Yeah. Partly. I don't see much point in wallowing in negative emotions. When I begin to feel anxious, I tend to throw myself with distracting activities. See, yes and no, because true, I don't see much point in wallowing in negative emotions after one day. I give myself 24 hours to feel like I did on Saturday. And then right after that, so I'll say partly, because I am both yes and no on that one. It's important to me that I be admired by others, and many people do admire me. Partly, I guess, yeah. It's not admired so much as I just want people to like me. Wow, why do my secrets come out doing this quiz? I'm a true romantic, partly. No, yes, I still believe in like love and shit. Even though it's frequently irrational, I sometimes worry whether people are talking about me behind my back. No, I don't give a shit. They most likely do. It's easy for me to accept other people, and they seem comfortable around me because I don't judge them. Yes. So you're emotionally unavailable and needy? Potentially, yeah. Your happiness and your feelings are your responsibility, not mine. Yes. For better or worse, I compare myself to others to assess how I'm doing. I don't want it, but I do it naturally. I'm more organized than most. Partly. I avoid expressing strong emotions. Nah. Personal relationships are by far the most important thing in my life. Partly. I don't mind taking a risk. I really like to beat the odds. Yes. I'm more formal than most people. Partly. I'm more loving than most people. Partly. I get bored more easily than most people. I'm always looking for new experiences. I'd say yes here. I'm highly individualistic. Yeah. Rules annoy me. Partly. While I'm very loyal myself, I frequently worry. You know why I say partly for rules annoy me? Because rules do annoy me. But when there's rules, I'm so hard at like not beating them. I'm like, don't break rules, there's rules. But I fucking hate rules. But when there are, I'm like, look at this idiot breaking rules. I'm mad at other people. So I'm saying partly here. While I am very loyal myself, I frequently worry that others are not going to be loyal to me. Fuck. Thanks. Jeez. I want to observe and think without giving myself away before I go into action. Yes. I'm quite unobtrusive and easy to get along with. I like to think so. I'm a good networker. Fuck no. I go along with what others want unless I have very strong desire of my own, which I usually don't. Yeah. I'm more temperamental than most, but it's because my feelings are so strong. I think so too. Yeah. I come on pretty strong and can sometimes intimidate people. Yes. I often resent it when I see people doing a slack job. Yes. I don't like commitment. Who wants to be locked into something, especially if something's better presents itself? Nah. Nobody likes to be intruded upon, but I hate it. Yeah, partly. People are attracted to me because I impress them? No. In fact, usually if I impress someone, I don't want them to like me, or I don't want to like them. What is wrong with me? This quiz is making me notice a lot of toxic behaviors I have towards myself more than anything. Because this is like, people are attracted to me because I impress them. Usually if I impress someone, I instantly think less of them because they shouldn't think that much of me. And yet one of my biggest things is that I never think that I'm good enough. I think that's why. I think if I impress someone and so they're impressed by me and they like me, I think I resent them because deep down I don't think I'm good enough and they're full of shit. Or because I think that I will ultimately disappoint them. Wow. Next question. I'm attuned to anything that might be dangerous and I'm security conscious. Partly. I try to get closer to people by being generous with my time and energy. The true answer is no. I'll say partly because I do give my energy, but my time, that's different. I'm meticulous and fastidious. I don't know what that is, but meticulous and fastidious. Even about details that other people find minor. What is fastidious? Fastidious. Fastidious? Because I feel like meticulous is like particular. Like I'm, you know. But I am meticulous in general, so I'd still say yes, but I'm curious to know what fastidious. Particular? Oh, there you go. All right, good. Sometimes I've overextended myself in trying to help people, partly. I tend to avoid conflict, yes. It's important to me to feel as though I belong. Partly. If I'm not careful, I can get too isolated from others, yes. I see life as a struggle that I intend to win, yes. I'm drawn to emotional intensity and I'm not afraid to explore the depths. Yes. When making a decision, I often ask myself, which option will yield the maximum enjoyment? Yeah. Like in making a decision. Like if you're between A and B, I'll go like, which one's going to be the biggest fucking adventure? Let's go, you know? I'm competitive and ambitious, but I do not think of myself as cutthroat. I'm competitive and ambitious, but I do not think myself as cutthroat. Yeah. No one will ever call me selfish. I can't say that for 100%. So I'll say partly. To deal with the fear I always have, I'm as nice and warm as possible towards everyone. This is an Enneagram test, but it is taking me and shoving it right on screen for everyone to see. This is not working out that great right now. It's not good. Let's chill for a second. Jesus Christ. I hold a tight rein on my temper. No. No. Yes. Because I don't lose my temper. I don't tend to overcommit myself. I have a limited amount of time and energy. That's wrong. I overcommit myself too much. It's strange, but I think that there is something beautiful about sadness. Yes. I like this quiz. The questions are really good. I welcome a good fight as it clears the air. Yeah. I rarely do, but yeah, I welcome it, you know? It would be the worst thing to be seen by others as a loser. Partly, yeah. It's really hard for me to save money as I tend to spend beyond my limits. No. I usually am the other way. I'm a big procrastinator. Yup. That's easy. Usually I just focus on the positive sides of people, as focusing on negative traits or events does not help making relationships more harmonious. Yeah. Partly. I'm aware. Like if someone's a dick, I won't just forget that and focus on how good they are. You know, I'm good at getting things done. Yeah. Myself. Yeah. I almost never lose control of myself. No. If something doesn't go my way, I can find something beneficial about it. Yeah. I want to be noticed, but it also makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. I accumulate lots of knowledge to counteract my lack of self-confidence. Yes. I think it's weak to back down from a confrontation. Partly. I'm constantly on the lookout for things that might go wrong. Yeah. I'm more sentimental than others. Yeah. Fuck. I'm curious about these results because the questions are definitely fucking accurate. It is important to me that I win the respect of others. Partly. Others need my assistance much more than I need theirs. Yes. AKA, I will never ask for someone's assistance as much as I will offer mine. That's the truth. It's not that they needed more than I need theirs. It's that I want to accept theirs, but I'll offer mine. And this is almost a really good self-assessment. As much as it's a quiz for Enneagram, it's a really good way to see myself. I don't let it show, but if I'm with someone who is as unique as I am, I get a bit jealous. I'm still replying on first gut reaction. I'm still replying on gut reaction and then I react. I reply first and then I react. I didn't change my answer from overthinking it. My answers have stayed what they were instantly in the moment. And then I just explain it for all of you, you know? I can't rest until the job is done, usually, yeah. I'm a brainstormer. For every problem, I can think of 10 approaches. Partly. I'm not a show off. In fact, I've probably been too modest. Yeah. Partly. Change, whether to a new job or new school, makes me more anxious than it does most people. Yes. Most people don't know that I'm actually really sensitive, as I tend to conceal my emotions. Yes. Yes. You think you see it all, and I know I hide much more. I'm pretty tough. Yeah. I'm more dramatic than most. I feel like my anxiety makes me more dramatic than most, but no, oh no, 100% no, because now I'm instantly thinking of people that are dramatic and I'm like, chill the fuck out. So my answer is no. I've been told that I lack tact, but I think the important thing is to tell the truth. Yes. Partly. People see me as warm and sympathetic. Partly. Because if you don't know me, you don't. But if you know me from social media, yeah, sure. The being warm, honestly, is usually a surprising fact from me. Like the amount of times I've heard in my life, wow, you're much like nicer and warmer than I thought you would be. I tend to not consider asking help from others, even from those I love. Yup. It takes me quite a lot of time and effort to make important decisions. And I frequently second guess myself. Yeah, I often lose my focus as my attention tends to drift off from the main issue. Yes. Generally appear calm. Literally, I got distracted reading this question. If that isn't the textbook example of this question, I literally started reading I often lose, and then the song changed. I paid attention to that. And then I read it again. Okay, let's keep going. I generally appear calm and even-tempered, even when I'm under an enormous strain, partly because you can definitely tell something's wrong. I have a compulsion to do things the right way, even if it's not cost-effective. No. I want to enjoy things, so I'm not very disciplined. Yeah, partly, I think. Even if I don't have it all together, at least I'm going to seem to have it all together. Partly. I tend to escape reality into a world of idealized fantasy. Yup. I'm not comfortable with self-revelation. No, I am. My tendency to tell people what's wrong and what they should do about it has sometimes annoyed them. Yes. Yes. Life is about give and take. So giving love is the most important thing in my life. Most important? No, partly for sure. It's hard to stay passionate and focused. No. I mean, focused is the trick word here. But no, I'll say no, because I'm definitely passionate. I have more energy and strength than most people, partly. I generally don't like to stay at one task for very long. I get restless and want to move on to something else. Yes. People often aren't what they seem, so I can really be suspicious of their motives. Nah, I just see what they are. Page 12 from 14, we almost have a result. I tend to have mixed feelings about many people. Yeah, I usually fall asleep readily and can even take a nap when I'm stressed out. Yeah, I think best on my feet, so I tend to move into action before I thought about it through. Yes, I'll do what it takes to be successful, yes. Sometimes I don't know what I'm feeling until I've had a chance to think about it. Yes, I'm really good with the big picture, but I don't have much patience with detail work. Yes, I've been told I'm a perfectionist, and I suppose it's true. Yes. The aesthetics of my surroundings has a strong influence. Absolutely. I'm proud of the fact that many people depend on me. Yeah. 9s frequently mistype themselves as they have. I'm usually a 9, so mistype themselves as they have a rather diffuse sense of their own identities. This is exacerbated by the fact that 9s often merge with their loved ones and through a process of identification take on the characteristics of those closest to them. Wow, so literally you have no personality. That is not true. You're a mosaic. Everyone here literally got how they are from people around them. Well, did we not learn this? I've made this video already. While I value my close relationships, I often feel most myself when I'm alone. Yes. I can easily imagine all the things that might go wrong as I have a really vivid imagination. Yup. I sometimes forget to do something that another person has been pushing me to do. Yup. I don't give a damn about morality. I've got my own brand of integrity. Partly. Partly. I seldom compromise my principles. Yeah, I don't know, partly. I enjoy remembering the past, even if it's a bit melancholic. Nah. I have a real sensitivity to how my presentation is affecting others, as I can alter it if I have to. Partly. It really bothers me when people don't say thank you. No, I don't care. When I've arrived, the party starts. No. It's more like, don't notice that I arrived, please. When I really get involved in an intellectual problem that stimulates me, I tend to detach from my emotions. What do you mean? When I really get involved in an intellectual problem that stimulates me, I tend to detach. I get excited about it. I don't detach. Or does it mean that I get distracted from other things? I don't understand this question. When I really get involved in well, I guess no, because I don't detach from my emotions. My emotions get into it. There you go. So that's a no. I have strong physical appetites. The fuck is I have strong physical appetites? Like food? Or physical things? I'll say yes. I tend to either comply completely or to rebel. Yeah. It's either or. Sexual? Yeah, and it's still a yes. I see all points of view when there's a dispute, so it's hard for me to take a side. Yeah. Sometimes I'm too critical of others, but I'm much harder on myself than I am on others. Yes. My life has been permeated by a sense of longing. Yep. I secretly fear deprivation and being without the nicer things of life. Yep. I'm good at motivating people. I think so. I sometimes wish people would take care of me for a change. No, I wouldn't accept it. All right, results. What am I now? I'm still a 4. Taking wings into account, you seem to be a 9W1? I'm 491? What? Wasn't I a 485 last time? Last time I was a 485. Now I'm a 491. Huh. Let's read up. We'll read them all. 11.3, 11, and 10. Wow. 8's pretty low. 5 is very low. This is like the first time that 5 isn't there. Okay, so let's read 4. Individualists, identity seekers who feel unique and different. So far, yeah. People of this personality type tend to build their tend to build their identities around their perception of themselves as being somehow different or unique. They are thus self-consciously individualistic. 4s tend to see their difference from others as being both a gift and a curse. Wait, I'm not even aware of what I'm reading. You know when you read out loud and you're not thinking? People of this personality type tend to build their identities around their perception of themselves as being somehow different or unique. Yes, they're thus self-consciously individualistic. 4s tend to see their difference from others as being both a gift and a curse. A gift because it sets them apart from those they perceive as being somehow common, and a curse as it so often seems to separate them from from the simpler forms of happiness that others so readily seem to enjoy. Thus, 4s can manage to feel superior to others while also secretly harboring some degree of longing and envy. The feeling of being a member of the true aristocracy alternates with deep feelings of shame and fears of somehow being deeply flawed or defective. Fours are emotionally complex and highly sensitive. They long to be understood and appreciated for their authentic selves, but easily feel misunderstood and unappreciated. This is crazy. They have a tendency to, and like I've been a 4 for a long time, but it's hitting right now. They have a tendency to withdraw in the face of a world that seems harsh or crude, and are often somewhat moody or temperamental. They're emotionally centered and spend much of their lives immersed in their internal mental landscapes, where they feel free to cultivate and analyze their feelings. A desire to manifest this internal world often leads 4s to an interest in the arts, and some do become actual artists. Whether artistic or not, however, most 4s are aesthetically sensitive and concerned with self-expression and self-revelation, whether it be in the clothes they wear or in the overall nature of their often idiosyncratic lifestyle. 4s are somewhat melancholic by disposition, and under stress tend to lapse into depression. Stop. They also tend to be self-absorbed, even under the best circumstances, but when unbalanced, easily give way to a self-indulgence, which they perceive as being fully justified as a way to compensate for the general lack of pleasure they experience in their lives. Rather than look for practical solutions to their difficulties, 4s are prone to fantasizing about a savior who will rescue them. Fuck no, that's the one part that's not accurate. Intellectual 4s tend to mistakenly type themselves as 5s, and heavy wing can certainly exacerbate this tendency. 4s, however, unlike 5s, tend to be self-revealing and comfortable with emotional expression. Self-revealing and comfortable with emotional expression. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And then I was a 9 for my second one. Keeping peace and harmony. Yeah, the peacemaker. 9, I used to be the first time I did it, I was a 9-4-8. That was the first time I did the Enneagram. I was a 9-4-8, then the last time we did it, I was a 4-8-5, and now I'm a 4-9-1. 1's a surprising one. I'm curious to read it as my third one, but let's read the 9. Peacemaker. Keeping peace and harmony. People of this personality type especially feel a need for peace and harmony. They tend to avoid conflict at all costs, whether it be internal or interpersonal. As the potential for conflict in life is virtually ubiquitous, the 9's desire to avoid it generally results in some degree of withdrawal from life, and many 9's are, in fact, introverted. Shit. Other 9's lead more active social lives, not me, but nevertheless remain to some degree checked out, or not fully involved, as if to insulate themselves from threats to their peace of mind. Most 9's are fairly easygoing. They adopt a strategy of going with the flow. They are generally reliable, sturdy, self-effacing, I don't fucking know that word. Tolerant and likable individuals. Am I likable? 9's tend to adopt an optimistic approach to life. They are, for the most part, trusting people who see the best in others. They frequently have a deep-seated faith that things will somehow work out. They desire to feel connected both to other people and to the world at large. They frequently feel most at home in nature and generally make warm and attentive parents. The 9's inability to tolerate conflict sometimes translates into overall conservative approach to change. Change can provoke unpleasant feelings and disrupt the 9's desires for comfort. Less healthy 9's seem incapable of motivating themselves to move into action and bring about effective change. When change does come, however, as it generally will, 9's find that they are usually well able to adapt. They tend to be more resilient than they give themselves credit for. In fact, 9's tend to not give themselves enough credit in general. And their self-effacing, I don't fucking know how to say that word, attitude often seems to invite others to take them for granted or to overlook their often significant contributions. This can cause a subterranean anger to build inside the 9's psyche, which can erupt into consciousness and occasional fits of temper which quickly blow over. I don't think so. But which more often manifests itself in passive-aggressive foot dragging. Okay, very good. That's more accurate. Being overlooked is often a source of a deep sadness in nines, a sadness that they scarcely ever give voice to. Nines frequently mistype themselves as they have rather diffuse sense of their own identities. This is exacerbated by the fact that nines often merge with their loved ones and through a process of identification take on the characteristics of those closest to them. Female nines frequently mistype as twos, especially if they are the mothers of small children. Nines, however, are self-effacing, whereas twos are quite aware of their own self-worth. Nines also mistake themselves for fours, but I am a four. But nines tend to avoid negative emotions, whereas fours often exacerbate them. I'm both. I am feeling the depression, and I am trying not to. Intellectual nines, especially males, frequently mistype as fives, which I've also had in the past, but fives are intellectually contentious, whereas nines are conciliatory and conflict avoidant. And type 1, that one is the new one, the reformer. This I've never gotten in the past. Okay, Enneagram type 1, the reformer. Perfectionists, responsible, fixated on improvement. People of this personality type are essentially looking to make things better, as they think nothing is ever quite good enough. This makes them perfectionists who desire to reform and improve, idealists who strive to make order out of the omnipresent chaos. This makes them perfectionists who desire to reform and improve, idealists who strive to make order out of the omnipresent chaos. Ones have fine eye for detail. They are always aware of the flaws in themselves, others, and the situations in which they find themselves. This triggers their need to improve, which can be beneficial for all concerned, but which can also prove to be burdensome to both the one and those who are on the receiving end of one's reform efforts. The one's inability to achieve the perfection they desire feeds their feeling of guilt for having fallen short, and it fuels their incipient anger against an imperfect world. Ones, however, tend to feel guilty about their anger. Anger is bad emotion, and one strives sincerely and wholeheartedly to be good. Anger is therefore vigorously repressed from consciousness, bursting forth in occasional fits of temper, but usually manifesting in one of its many less obvious permutations: impatience, frustration, annoyance, and judgmental criticality. For this reason, ones can be difficult to live with, but on the high side, they tend to be loyal, responsible, and capable partners and friends. Ones are serious people. They tend to be highly principled, competent, and uncompromising. They follow the rules and expect others to do so as well, because they believe so thoroughly in their convictions. They are often excellent leaders who can inspire those who follow them with their own vision of excellence. Reform movements are frequently spearheaded by ones. I'm out of breath. Ones are often driven and ambitious and are sometimes workaholics, but whatever their professional involvement, they are definitely active, practical people who get things done. They are natural-born organizers, list makers who finish everything on the list, the last one to leave the office, the first one to return, industrious, reliable, honest, and dutiful. The relentlessness of their pursuit of the ideal can make one's tense people who have a hard time relaxing and who unnecessarily deny themselves many of the harmless pleasures of life. I didn't think about reading that. Sorry, I read out loud, but I didn't listen, so I'm going to read it again. Isn't that weird? I just do that. The relentlessness of their pursuit of the ideal can make one's tense. Tense people who have a hard time relaxing and who unnecessarily deny themselves many of the harmless pleasures of life. Fuck! They tend to be emotionally repressed and uncomfortable with expressing tender feelings. That's not true. They generally see emotionality as a sign of weakness and lack of control. They're seldom spontaneous. They have multiple interests and talents. However, they are self-reliant and seldom run out of things to do. Ones are often intelligent and independent and can easily mistake themselves for fives. But unlike fives, ones are primarily people of action, not thought. Ones tend to worry and are prone to anxiety and can sometimes mistype as sixes. But they are far less affiliative than sixes, and their standards are not reached by seeking consensus with a group. Finally, the relentless pursuit of perfection can take its toll and lead to depression. At such times, a one can mistype as a four, but fours have a tendency towards self-indulgence, whereas ones are self-denying. Fours are emotionally expressive, ones are emotionally constrained, and I am all of those. I am 491. Can it change? Yeah, your Enneagram can change. For the first time I ever did it, I was a 9. What did I say earlier? I was a 948. I was a 948 the first time I did it. The last time we did it, I was a 485. And this time I am a 491. And there's been months since we did it. Like last time we did it was almost a year ago. Anyway, wow, I'm a 491. God damn. Goddamn. I hope you found something deep about yours. It makes me want to do all those personality tests again. It makes me want to do them all over again. I just want to do them every single time we do that. Every single time we do that.